Let me know if y'all can hear me. Apparently, it is Delusional Monday on the YouTube streets. Happy Monday. Hi, Bestie. Go ahead and like the live if you are in the chat. If you are hanging by your toenails or by the last string of your nerve from the clouds watching this live, you weird ass bitches. Hey, Bestie. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Got a few minutes today. Got a few minutes, okay? Yeah, it is Delusional Monday. Got to share a little information um with some people who apparently have some shit twisted. So, little bestie, good morning. Yes. Okay. Good morning, boss lady. Okay. For those of you who did not know, because nobody was over there but me and maybe four other people, apparently over in the beef sector. Oh, hey, Kendra. Good morning. Good afternoon. I mean, it's the afternoon. I need to have this laptop charged. I'm going to take y'all down a short walk down memory lane about something that happened about 2 days ago, which none of you probably know because nobody was over there. Okay? It was me, Molly, and maybe Miss Darlings over in Simon's chat. Some of you probably aren't even sub to Simon or even know that he goes live. Okay? Anyway, all right. Shout out to Simon. All right. But what we do know about Simon is how he is on these panels and in these chats, okay? Well, it came to my attention this morning, and y'all know that I don't respond to everything, but I am responding to this, okay? I find myself on Simon's link to ask him questions that everybody else was wondering the same thing about, only I just wanted to ask the question that everybody in the chat was trying to get understanding of. Who in the hell would partner with Simon as an investor in anything that they do. Okay. Now, since you want to ask, because I think I was very nice, I was extremely nice when I went over there and sat on Simon's panel to ask him some questions when the news dropped that he was apparently an investor with this Belize trip. Okay. Now, the word on the curve that got back to me was that I was being a hater. Let me pull up this footage. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer, they said I'm a hater. If you have the ability to, make sure that you like the live and share it out if you can. Okay, let's take a walk down memory lane. Okay, because there's some delusional people who are deflecting right now because you entered into a partnership with a man who drinks and sits in the dark in a hoodie on panels. And no offense to Simon, but don't be mad at me because I asked him very logical, logistical questions about this partnership. Ergo, you're asking questions about what kind of business I have. I'm not on YouTube bringing any of my business to. I'm not bringing my businesses to YouTube. Nor am I parading around about a trip on a private island. Okay, that wasn't me. That was you. So I don't know why I'm a hater because I asked questions that everybody else was wondering. Okay, Salute actually maybe. Like, are you serious? When I when I had to go back and watch Logical Thoughts, good morning, good afternoon. Jesus, that woman was over there talking down about me, asking very logical questions about an engagement you made with a man who you yourself stated was not keeping his end of the bargain, not responding to emails, not asking very businesslike, but you're mad at me because I was asking him logistical questions. Oh, because what does she know about business? Hey, Trish, you know when they hired you at that government agency that you work at with fax machines, that you weren't the last person that they hired. When corporate America opened up their doors and they started hiring people, you were not the first, nor were you the last, ma'am. Okay? Do you know that? What are you talking about? Okay? You act like I was over there in front of a crowd of 500 people parading around. I asked that man questions and I was tired of typing from the chat. So I hit the panel to ask him questions. Why don't we see how that conversation went? You got upset because I said that you guys made an unlikely pair, and you do because of the way that you guys both act on YouTube. You act like as if that's not, child. Jesus be offense. The projection is real. I don't understand it. If I'm being honest, I don't understand it. Let me see. I just want to know how this came about that she actually believed. Honey, 400 to to the to the amount of $414,000, okay? Because I don't know anything about business. What are you getting mad at me for? Because you entered into an agreement with somebody, and it didn't work out. Why? Hood, Salute Hood. Now you guys will see me come on this panel and ask him some questions where I felt like were very logical, very necessary questions. Now that this thing is falling out, these NDAs have done absolutely nothing, okay? Because y'all are out here on panels talking and giving out information. I just asked, right? She's over there talking about, oh, the money wasn't given, but that's what I asked, Simon. What was in the business agreement? Because usually there's a schedule of how the payments are supposed to go when you're entering into agreement like this with said investors. If this is an angel funded investor, they want to know, right? Not only when is their money due to be given out, but when is there supposed to be a return on the investment? There's dates to everything. So now you mad at me because I'm asking these questions. Maybe those are the questions you should have asked. Are you serious? I thought those were well thought out, logical questions. So let me go. Hi, Tony. Hi. Okay. Okay. And not to mention, okay, let's not get over. I don't know how many times. Let me tell you. Let me just say this to the carpet munchers. Okay. I am all for the LGBTQ community. Okay. But there is, and in my besties, I'm gonna play my besties live in a few minutes. There is a cornucopia, an influx, a flood, a irrational amount of you weird bitches, okay? Who every time my name is mentioned, your coochie starts leaking. And I mean it. Anytime there's something that has to do with Brenda, somebody attached to Brenda, if somebody says my name, if it sounds like Brenda, honey, here you come dropping your comments in the chat because you are so overwhelmed at the thought of me. Baby, I'm gonna come live later on and cam up so that you can stare at my face and embed the shape of my face, the arch of my cheeks in your memory so that I'm good in your dreams tonight because you bitches are weird. And I mean to tell you, logical thoughts. I forgot that some of you bitches existed. Can I tell you that? Oh, they're still around? Yes, you know why I know y'all still around? Because here y'all come bringing my name up, honey. Let a man hit a panel that is been associated with me, somehow is associated with me, donated $1 to me, said my name. Maybe he said that I was pretty. Here you weird bitches come. What? I don't like girls. Maybe you kissed a girl and you liked it, the taste of her cherry chapstick. That's not for me. And if you miss me, join the crew. There's a lot of people fucked up and did what you did, and now they're in the cloud somewhere missing me. Okay? You better get a psychiatrist and get the fuck over it. Because I'm telling you right now that I've been real easy on a lot of you hoes, right? I've been sitting in the back and I've been listening to y'all throw shots, talk about me, be mad that people are associated with me, and I said not a goddamn thing to not nary one of you. You understand me? Okay? But y'all still out in these streets swinging at the air, talking real crazy about me, right? Over what? I could not tell you what you could be mad at this point. What are you mad at? What exactly? You have all this information, okay? Worry on the curve is that I'm chasing content. Simon had 4 people in his chat. If I didn't come and tell y'all right now, y'all wouldn't even have known that that this live happened. I never came back to my panel. I never discussed it, right? You hear it now because I was spoken upon, right? There was an issue, and I decided to address it today. Okay, because you're really mad at yourself. You're mad at the mistakes you made in this agreement, right? Did Brianna not hit your panel this morning, Trish? And and asked if you were desperate that you entered into an agreement with Simon? Hmm? Huh? So I don't think I think that you got the wrong target. They are fools' logical thoughts. Chasing content. This comes from people who all they do is sit on their platforms and talk about other people's content. That's all you do. You haven't picked up a sign, a suggestion, something from the outside world, entertainment, current events. You could not indulge in a conversation if those things came up because the only thing you know is chase. You are a content chaser. It's like child, I'm a little mad at myself for even addressing the stupidity of these retarded people who, the minute something happens with Brenda, here they come. Here they come.
What sponsoring? I was an investor. I was on like look.
Listen, you hear this?
We look.
Listen.
I didn't even get into some detail. And the funny thing is, it's like we had a fucking NDA. Like we had an NDA, non-disclosure
Right,
agreement.
Jennifer.
And this
Look at this.
this lady is on her channel putting up Simon is no longer involved in the Belize trip or secret island vacation.
Now, did you hear me? This is a business relationship. This is business, y'all. They put each other in their titles. I could never. This is why don't ask me about any business I have. I don't bring my businesses to YouTube on purpose. I don't offer my services to the people on YouTube. And if I have done, it's for very select people behind the scenes. I don't need to talk to you about any kind of business agreement, business proposal, financial proposal, or anything I've done or written up or engaged in because it's not for YouTube. I don't want to do big events for these platforms because I don't want to deal with these people. And I would never trust anybody from YouTube to finance or help or assist me in any kind of going ons. I would never trust it. I would never feel safe enough to do it. But you did. But you're mad at me because I'm asking questions. Everybody asking questions. We're challenging your thought patterns. Since you wanted to ask me questions, when I think that the questions that I asked him were very well thought out. What triggered you? What triggered you is that you decided to enter into business with Simon. And that's not anybody's fault but yours. Take that out.
Nigga, you're out on me. I'm a fucking investor. Like you broke our agreement. What?
Goofy.
Jesus Christ. I mean, what? You don't. This is the thing.
And I don't have a problem with
We
Simon.
did sign NDAs a long time ago. She broke that shit. How can you
But
do that?
I'm also not going
You know
into
what I'm
business
saying?
with him though.
Nigga, like, goddamn, like, you
I don't
don't know,
know,
like,
Jennifer, but it couldn't be
just
me.
basic custom. Like, I don't walk into a job, right? Sign an agreement to say, like, I'm going to be working somewhere, and you got all these clauses in it, and it says X, Y, Z. You can or you can't. You can or you can't. That's the whole purpose of a fucking business agreement. And that's what she said. Yeah, we did go back and forth. I had clauses because I'm a fucking lawyer, nigga. At the end of the day, I know what the fuck's going on. But the fuck thing is, it's like you're breaking that rule. You're breaking our rule. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
You're breaking it. How, like, God, I thought you was past it already.
Unbelievable.
We already went through this. And we spoke and it was like, okay. That's the thing. It's like so much for that shit. Just business. Like, Trish is a
Oh,
businesswoman. Like, believe it or not, she is.
okay.
But you know, we've been
Hmm.
interacting, we've been talking. I've been doing some pro bono shit. You know what I'm saying? I still get on in my own business. I don't even fuck with that. I don't like.
Hmm.
My whole thing is I don't fuck with YouTube like that. Like you don't bring like
Right.
it. Like if I'm having a
This is
bit
absurd.
uh, like handbags or wigs. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Hmm.
serious like that. I got connections. I got
Right.
distribution.
Logical thoughts.
I got
So
like I could
professional.
do shit, but I
Hmm.
don't want to speak about on YouTube. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well,
You
that's the
know,
reason why there was the NDAs, right?
yeah.
That
And
was the purpose of it.
she brought the NDA to me. I was like, I don't even want to touch that because you know
Hmm.
the problem I found is my interaction with Trish most of the time is like I'll be like, okay, Trish, and I'll be like trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But then like she'll pull up some fucking content and like put my name in it or some shit like that, and I'll be like, yo, it's like what we doing here? You know what I mean? You know what that feels like?
Right.
Like to not be notified when someone has your fucking details. Like she knows everything about me. Like she got my email, she got my
Oh,
phone number. Like we make overseas calls. That's costly. This ain't no joke. Like
you're
this
welcome,
people fucking
Jennifer.
understand. It's not like some chick on the internet. Like we speak. You know what I'm saying?
Because I want to let y'all know by on the grounds of sheer curiosity is the reason why I went to ask Simon this. Because imagine when this hit the streets that Simon was an investor. I, like everybody else, was like, what the hell? Who? Simon? Okay, well, I have questions. Like, what's happening? What's going on? And now this man, Don Play, is saying that they've been doing work for years together. I don't even know what that means. That's none of my business. Like, what do you mean? Now you're saying he's doing pro bono. Yeah, when I'm telling you, any normal person in the sectors hearing this is going to react the way that I react because what in the fuck are you talking about? What? Yes, I was confused and I had some questions overall in general about this, okay? And let's not act like this whole thing has not been gallivanted. Yes, Jennifer, he said for years. And I'm going to play it. So I just asked just reasonable questions. The people in the chat, the few that were in there, because if you didn't see this, none of y'all would have even known this happened. I left it at what it was. But apparently it got back and somebody is pissed off. Yeah, I mean, well, you chose them. Didn't y'all choose each other? This is what you chose. How are you mad at me for?
It ain't no fucking
So,
going on, but we speak as
so
business
she,
people.
you feel like she breached the trust and the NDA when she did that, right? When
We
she did
did the
what she did,
NDA
because
like we did the NDA like
yeah.
3 years ago. And Ron knows about this because I was over at Dovies, you know. Um
But
Ron,
my
yeah,
question is, do you feel like she breached your trust?
she breached
Um.
her own trust. Look,
Oh.
Brandon, look, it's like you turn around to me and go, yo, I got this thing going over here, but we just need to make this confidential, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna send me a document, and it's like I gotta read it, and it'll be
Hmm.
like, okay, you know what I mean? This is the conditions of our partnership because it's like
Right.
we're not trying to
Right.
get personal or nothing going on. I got my wife over here, got my husband over here, we got our children, XYZ, like we gotta protect them
Hmm.
first. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
Okay.
signed the NDA. I'm like, cool. NDA's in
Okay.
effect. I'm a fucking lawyer. If you don't take that shit seriously, I can't trust you with nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well,
Breach
okay.
my
So
fucking trust? That's crazy.
let me understand, when exactly did you back out, or when did you decide? Because Rose clearly pissed off, right? Because apparently you pulled out your investment to the trip. What happened? Like, how? Why did that happen? FYI, absolutely no money has been given at this point. And here's where I'm unclear about, and you'll hear this as this goes along, okay? Is that if there were three investors in this partnership, right, all given an equal share, why was Simon pulling out negate the whole angel funding? Aren't there other investors? So did he bring the investors in and then that's why? Because this doesn't make sense to me. I feel like did Simon pull out and then pull his investors with him? This is why I'm saying the L's on you. Because why in the hell would you be doing business with somebody from you? Y'all. Mm. Anyway, well, since you
But
wanted the
listen,
people to know, here it is. Okay.
there's a couple things. Firstly,
Hmm.
she was rude. She was rude,
Retarded.
and like
Okay.
Trish has, yo, that is it. Like me, I don't like that.
Hmm.
I don't
So you didn't
mind
mean.
like with friends. Like you can say what the fuck you want to say to me. I don't care, right?
Hmm.
Like call me all types of bitches
Hey,
on the disc.
Flo.
You know what I'm saying? Be joke, cordial, whatever. Like
Bitches.
on platforms, whatever. Call me what the fuck you want. Call me an alien. Say I got three heads, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Right now, if
Right.
you got a business fucking arrangement,
She is
like
boss
and we're
lady.
talking about products selling, like distribution channels, I've got people invested. I'm putting your name to people in my circle that are real. They don't even fuck with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? These are
Hmm.
investors, like real fucking like people.
Hey,
Like,
so let me ask you this question. So did you bring the majority? So it was a team of investors for this trip. So
yeah.
did you bring the investors with you? So you were the one who assembled the team of investors for the trip.
Yeah, I mean that from the outset, that's what we spoke about. So it
Okay.
was a thing of
Oh.
she wanted to raise a certain amount of finance,
Mm-hmm.
and that's my
Mm-hmm.
thing. Like I'm an angel investor, okay. So if you
Okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
I know what that is.
I
Hmm.
yeah, so I do that on a low. I don't really involve people like that.
Yeah.
This is the first time like I was like, okay, because I've been fucked over on YouTube many a time sending people cash
So
apps, super chats,
let me.
sending money, you
I
know what I'm
got it.
saying? Mm.
So if you pull out, does that mean that all of the funding is pulled, or
I
or
didn't even
does
pull
it?
out. I didn't even pull out. That's the
Oh, okay.
thing.
I thought you
Like,
pulled that. Okay.
yeah, but this is the thing. This is why I'm addressing this because it's just like, yo, you ain't even fucking spoke to me. She ain't even
This
spoke
is
to me.
this whole thing is
Fine.
She went
absurd.
live. Wait, hold up.
Yeah, yeah, but
Can you imagine? Do you hear the dysfunction, the confusion? One saying they pulled out, other saying they didn't. She got emails. He got emails. Yeah, wait. Like this goes on. There's impromptu meetings. He knew about it. He didn't know about it. In my life, there's no way that I would feel comfortable doing business under these circumstances. And I'm pretty sure that there, like with everything, there are three sides to this story, right? Logical thoughts, there's nothing logical about any of this foolishness. I don't know if y'all see, I am so confused sitting on this panel. Then Ro comes up and I get confused and salute to Ro because Ro's a sweetheart, right? And he really, and thank you for speaking up for me earlier, Ro, because honestly, people in the chat were like asking me, Brenda, can you ask this outside of me asking my own questions? Because what? No money passed hands. And that was one of my concerns. And y'all gonna hear me ask this. What was the schedule for the money being distributed? He even goes into say that she created an LLC for this trip. Y'all, when I tell you, I would feel so uncomfortable doing business this way. Okay? So what is just like Brianna asked her. Brianna asked her this morning on a platform, okay? Did you feel a little desperate and that's why you worked with Simon? Because I want to know. And I said they seem like an unlikely pair, and I stand on it. It does seem like y'all an unlikely pair to do business together. Yes. It doesn't seem like it would have made for a good partnership. And I don't work with people who I don't feel like we're going to vibe well together because it's going to be hell. You got to work with people who you feel comfortable working with. And this seems like it wasn't working. Okay? Now,
Brenda,
Okay,
she went live
wait.
and see, look, Simon ain't go.
Go
Simon,
on. All right, go ahead.
she said that you stated you were not going to continue along because you didn't sign any paperwork. She said you weren't going to continue along because you said you didn't like the fact that she had Rex on her panel. Is that true?
What? Do you hear
Is
me?
that, Brenda? It makes no
Confused.
sense, right? But this is the type of
Confused.
stuff
I'm
that Simon
confused.
does.
What you
He's
don't
done this
know? No, wait,
before.
wait,
Because he was supposedly
What
supposed
is
to have gave.
what
Listen,
does Rex
bro.
have to do with a business
Listen,
partnership?
look, bro.
I want him to answer that question. He
I'm in
won't.
a mood. Don't come with your fancy panty shit around here, bitch. Like, yo, bro. Look, I'll tell
You
you.
see, he's trying to
I'll
stutter around the
dress
Jesus,
you,
question.
and
He
I'll
doesn't want to
dress you,
answer it.
I'll dress you, and
Oh,
I'll
you don't
dress
know
you at
why
the
you
same
said
time
it?
in
Were
front of
you?
a mirror,
Oh, you don't know.
right? And
Oh,
I'll put a
this is
popsicle in your mouth at the same time. Don't
see,
do shit
and, okay.
right now.
And then
Listen,
now he's
let me
next.
listen, bro.
Yeah,
Right?
this
I'll
is
answer your questions
ridiculous.
okay.
cordial. Okay? Calm your fucking titties down.
Hi,
Okay?
Nene.
What you got
Oh,
left
okay.
anyway
Okay,
with your fucking
everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of this. Because I'm sure that the issue didn't have anything to do with Rex, did it, Simon? What does Rex
nah.
have to
It,
do
it,
with it? Confusing.
where
Right.
it
It's right, good.
started was with
Okay.
Mo. What's his fucking face?
Nene, we
Like
still don't know.
what's that guy
It's ridiculous.
with the
Hi,
tattoos on his
Sakase.
face? And like she
Oh,
was
Duke
making it out to
Farrow?
yeah,
But she
dude.
didn't call. She
So
didn't call out Duke Farrell's name. Trish
yeah,
said
she said,
specifically. She
but
said that Simon
but
told her that he wasn't going to continue with the investment because of Rex.
yo,
And we're trying to figure out, is that true, Simon? You
What?
talking about somebody else?
I know you like the sound of your bad
Never been
breath.
so
Can you stop?
confused in my life.
Okay, there's no one else in the room. Okay,
Y'all can
No,
be
I think you
laughing in between
listen
smelling
to
your
me.
confusion
feet,
and
ho.
laughter.
Okay.
Okay,
How about
get
no? How
Okay,
about you
okay,
tell?
oh,
regulate that shit. Okay,
He ain't
okay.
gonna answer the
Let's
question. He
wait.
don't know how to answer the
Simon,
question, Brenda.
can
hey,
you
I'm
answer
gonna
that?
answer.
Because yes, answer
I'm
because
trying
like
to tell you
did
what the fuck went
okay,
down.
okay, go
Right,
ahead.
right. It was Duke. It was Duke.
I had to,
Okay.
y'all, this was
Now
ridiculous.
she had the whole cast lined up. It took a while for that shit to happen. Like it took a while for us to coordinate this shit. You gotta think. When she talk about labor hours and all this shit, like, oh, you missed out the fact that I'm actually putting in fucking labor hours as well. We had
Yeah.
coordinated this shit. Now she wanted to bring in Duke. And I was like, bitch, like, yo, I ain't rolling with that.
Bring in Duke how?
Like he's the like star member of this fucking shit. And I'm like, yo, I ain't paying for that. Like if you want to
See, this
front
is
for Duke,
where
I'll pay for it.
see. What does Duke
You know
have
what I'm
to do
saying?
with you? So my thing is this, Simon. If it's a bunch of angel investing, right? So then there's
Mm.
money pulled in from various investors. Like, okay, so if Duke comes, you can't necessarily, if he's one person you don't like, it's like, okay, so it's a pool of money, so you can't just say, well, I don't want to pay for
We're
Duke.
talking about $500,000. This ain't no fucking short change. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not stupid. I
I
don't
ain't
know why they
that
thought that
motherfucker.
was stupid. I
What?
get what he's
I was
saying.
like, yo, let him pay for his own shit. You know what I'm saying? This is Big Duke. Oh,
Well,
apparently. And then,
this is
yeah.
after she promised people that they don't have to pay, though. You see what I'm saying, Simon?
Nah, but nah,
So
we're not talking about like people paying up front.
Yep. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that's not how it works. What
this is
happens is we have
ridiculous.
an agreement, right? It's a show. So
Right.
yeah, I go to
So the point I was trying to make to him is this: if you're on the investing in, right? A lot of people, an angel investing is almost like a silent partner, unless you put something in it. I don't understand why Simon had anything to do with who was coming on the trip. If you were okay with the business plan, the way the plan was set up, how it was supposed to run, how the return on investment was supposed to be, then it was none of his business who was going on that trip. And that's where it got foggy and confusing to me because I said, what exactly is y'all agreement? How involved are you supposed to be in the goings on of this reality YouTube awards BS? Like I feel like you're involved where you shouldn't be. If it doesn't have to do with the money, why are you involved in this part of it? And that was where my confusion, like, y'all, when I tell you this is a damn mess.
angel investors, and we're proposing to show to them as a
Hmm.
presentation, right? So they're going to
Correct.
invest. Now that could
Right.
be anything. It's like a film. Like so,
No,
like
I
at the
get it.
end of
I
the
know how it works.
you know what I'm saying. So that's why we set up
Hmm.
the LLC because I was like, I ain't doing no separate shit with your hip hop shit because that ain't nothing to do with me. Like I don't even know them people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. And
if we're gonna
and
do something,
if anything goes down, then it'll be all hers. So I get it. You got to do
yeah.
it
And
all
I was
right
like,
too. Right.
this is
Correct.
your thing. I don't want to step on your toes. This is your idea. I'm just over
Right.
here. I'm gonna back you. I'll tell you what you need to do. I've done this shit
Correct,
before.
Nene.
You know what I'm
This is
saying?
ridiculous.
That's all
Wait,
it was.
you see what Miss Darling is saying? Simon
Right,
Trish said you
Gogo.
were missing meetings and deadlines.
Yeah, she said that.
Exactly. I
But
believe it.
yeah, what are you talking about? Crossy toes. Look,
So, do you not hear me asking questions on both sides? And I will continue to do that over the course of this. This was not about me hating on anybody in particular, but asking questions because this is the most confusing, ridiculous scenario that I've heard of in a long. It is. Let me play this, because baby, what?
you
You got
remind me of
it.
like something out of Simpsons.
No,
Hey,
this your
Mary.
toes. Are you kidding me? Don't make any reflections, okay? And my breath don't stink, okay, bitch. I don't know what you smelling like over there though.
But
Oh, okay.
so you said your biggest problem was Duke, right? I don't know about you missing
No,
meetings and all that other kind of stuff, but
that's the
I
initial
think my
thing. That was
bigger
the initial thing.
right, but my bigger problem is that what the F is the NDA for if all of this information can be suddenly brought to YouTube?
We
Like,
signed an
how is this
NDA
happening? This is so
years ago.
crazy.
We
Okay,
been
but
doing business for a while, and Ro knows because Ro was
unbelievable.
actually
Right, I
there.
get that, right? But the thing about Trish has the people who are coming. Yourself, you signed one because you previously been doing business together. How is it that you guys have a little hiccup and all of a sudden all of this stuff has come to YouTube?
It's not a
How is
little
this
hiccup. It was
happening?
built up over time. This is the thing. Like, she was missing out
Mm,
everything.
mm,
Like, the way she done that shit. That's the only reason why I'm up here. Because I don't do this shit. I ain't about to like go crazy on a
unbelievable.
motherfucker just for no
This
apparent
is
reason.
crazy.
Like, the way she did that shit, I was like, bitch. Like, now I'm gonna call you a bitch again because it's just like, that's crazy. Like, I've never done
Guys, so it's
anything
half
through
a
her.
million dollars, right? But the half a
Yeah,
million dollars is a pool of investors, right? So they
yeah.
put together a plan, like a business plan, and they present
It's free
it
of
to
us.
investors, right? And they present it to investors, and then people buy into it, right? They put money into the project. So there's a
Yeah,
whole like business plan that you put together to the people, like if there's going to be a return on the investment,
yes.
how long it's going to take, when it's going to take place. So I've done those before for people. So it's not like he just put his entire money in. It's a few people. And don't question me about where my business plan is because I'm not on YouTube doing business. What? Why are you, ma'am? Let me play this, because girl, what? Please don't project. You know this is a mess. This is
Mm-hmm.
a mess. So
Right.
um,
So
mm,
it's like it's
this
gonna
is
work out like 200,000 a piece. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So
Got it.
we had a bit of leftover just in case. You know what I'm saying? Insurance and all that shit. But it's just like, yeah. So it
Two
amounted
hundred
like in
k a
my head
piece
to
is
six
six
hundred,
hundred thousand
but she
dollars.
put out like the
Yeah.
actual sort of like four. And I'm like,
So
you can't even do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you putting this out to the public?
Is
right,
it
that's
true that
my
you were missing meetings and deadlines though? Is that true?
Well, yeah. No, I don't want to
oh.
dog. I don't want to dog Trish. Okay, because the thing is like
Well, she
this
said
is the
that about
thing.
you. We asked you
I
the
know. I
Yeah,
question.
we just
understand. Yeah,
asking you want to answer a simple question.
I understand. It's a good question,
He just
Ro.
want to talk.
No,
Narcissist.
no.
No go.
Don't do that. Look, look, I'm telling you, right? There's been times that she's been wholly delusional for this whole process. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't like,
Ridiculous.
not even that. Like, she'd be calling me randomly, or like, there's been meetings that are unscheduled. She's like, "Oh, Simon."
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trisha's partner saying that she's been delusional throughout a good course of this partnership. Sounds like a good deal to me. You chose him. I know what you mad at me for.
She was in the back one day, and she was like, "Oh, we're supposed to have a meeting." And I was like, "No, wait." You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like in her head, I've missed meetings, right? But
Hmm.
it's just, but like, there was no meeting in the first place.
But you were unaware of it, right? So it was just
It
kind
wasn't
of
unaware. I was just trying to hold her up. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo. Like
Right,
they,
Jamie. But
yo,
you,
you know
you mean
today,
she
right?
kind of, it was kind of like on the spot meetings, like you weren't aware there was supposed to be a meeting, and she
We
just kind
had
of,
we had
hmm
scheduled meetings, but she'll turn up randomly. You
impromptu
know what I'm saying?
meetings. Yeah,
And
right. That's
like
what I
we,
What is the
mean,
mean. Like
yeah,
there'll problem?
she
be
be she,
impromptu meetings that you worried, like, Jesus yeah,
it
okay.
wasn't
Christ.
no, but it wasn't scheduled. It wasn't impromptu. So it's just like we had scheduled meetings, but she'll
Oh,
like,
hey, Lacey, my
all of a
baby.
sudden email me is like, oh, are you gonna turn up? I'll be like, oh, we ain't got a meeting today. I'm on my own shit, right? And it'll be like, oh,
Right, that's what I
and
mean. So there'll be
yeah,
scheduled meetings.
she'd be
There'll be
mad at me as
scheduled
well.
meetings.
She's
Right.
like, I'm in the back, and I'm like,
He
wait
doesn't
a
even
sec,
know what
like
he's
we're
talking
not
about.
supposed to
These
meet today.
people.
Like, what?
Right.
So
That's what I mean. So there would be scheduled meetings that you would have, but then sometimes there would be these impromptu meetings that would come up and you weren't aware that it was supposed
yeah,
to be happening. So okay.
yeah. And I didn't
Um.
mind that, but I couldn't turn up at that point. I'm very
Oh my
specific
God.
about shit. So it's just
Jesus.
like,
He
if
needed his
we got
turn
a
up
date for
time.
something, then I'll show
Gotta
up.
be
But
kidding me.
like in between,
So.
like
hmm.
she was like, oh, Simon's calling me at 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm like, bitch, like, no, I ain't doing that shit.
Why would you
So
bail
as
on her this
he
like
said,
this late
he didn't say
within
he
it?
bailed. So he said he didn't say that he backed out. So I'm confused.
Yeah, that's a
No,
thing. I ain't
well, his words speak more than what. Oh, so you're trying to say Trish is lying? See, Simon,
Look
we
at
coming
him.
with you
Look at
with
Simon.
like accurate. We want
Hi,
like sharp
Simon.
answers. So is Trish
hmm
lying? Trish said that you said you were not going.
Hey, Simon. Good morning. Good afternoon. Trish is not happy with me right now. She said that I was being a hater based on the questions that I asked you over on your panel. I disagree. Okay. Um, I also think that you guys make an unlikely pair and that you're not good business partners. The end. Brenda's always going to say what she feels. Okay. She can call me all kind of ugly face, whatever kind of. It doesn't negate the fact that this is a goddamn mess. Okay. Anywho, moving along.
To invest anymore. That's why she can't lie because you say you didn't like the fact that she had Rex on her panel. There is some type of stuff that you would say. That's why we asked. I've asked you that question and you won't answer that. You keep
yeah, no,
tiptoeing
no,
towards
wait.
Duke.
Oh,
We're
no,
not
no,
asking you about Duke. We know the
it
Pacific
weren't
the
only.
person. She stated the Pacific person today in her live. Simon, nobody's playing no games with you. This is
I
serious
Uh-oh.
business. Act like a
yeah, yeah.
businessman, then homie, since you supposed
Oh,
to be you supposed to be a businessman. You said I don't know about business. No, I
Ro
think
is
your
very upset. I hate shit
briefcase
for
is
this. Hold
empty.
on.
Bro, don't start me, please. I swear to God.
No,
You 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 don't know about what? That you two make an unlikely pair based on the shenanigans that have happened? What part? Hi, Vibrant. Hmm? Yeah. What part, Simon? Hold on. Because I felt like the questions that I asked were in line and on par for the situation at hand. And it's a ball of confusion. That's what I think. Okay. But anywho.
Oh,
So
I'm
bro,
not.
okay,
We're
so
starting. We're
so
starting. We
so
have
you're
started.
starting.
so
I'll
wait,
tell
so
you about
Ro,
yourself in
I
about
got a
two
good
seconds.
question, Ro. So here's a good question. Since this is happening in November, right? Since this is happening in November, has money already been paid like to the private island? Has money already been put out? Because I mean, at a certain point, you can't even
No,
cancel
it
and
don't
go
work.
back.
It don't work like that.
What do you
It
mean?
don't work like that because, like, look, I've not been responsible for any of um the way it's been working. Like Trish has had her own ideas about stuff. She wanted it a certain type of way. Like she spotted the place. She done all the things. She costed it up.
We have a guest, guys. Hold, please. Well, hello, Simon.
Yeah, how
Hello,
you doing? Can you hear me?
Simon. How are you?
I'm okay. Can you
Happy.
hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Happy Bad Business Monday. How the how the hell are you? Huh?
I'm all right. I just got back. I just
Got
got back,
back from
babes.
where? Were you out lawyering and angel funding somewhere else? Hmm? Good morning, Izzy.
Yeah, but I'm also a single father, so I had to
Oh, that's
go
right.
through a
You
lot.
are. You are.
Yeah, I had to all that stuff.
So
Um,
we
yeah.
were going through your live because Trish was a little pissed off about me coming up and speaking to you on your panel the other day. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I stand by what I
Mhm.
say and the fact that I
Mhm.
think that you guys make an unlikely pair together. I don't think that you guys work together good, i.e., this compilation of confusion. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what's happened since your live because you this live was like 2 days ago. I said on your
Mhm.
panel, I didn't share it out, I didn't bring it back to my platform, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden I'm hearing that she's I guess pissed off and saying I'm a hater and all this other kind of stuff. When I don't think that I was being a hater, I think I asked questions that for both sides because I really questioned you on how you were working with her. Was money established? Like, was money,
Mhm.
and you made it clear, and she said it on her platform while she was talking about me that um she's received no money to date.
Mhm.
I don't understand this entire situation, and at a certain point, I'm not going to care. Period, because word on the curb is that you backed out of it.
Mhm.
Oh. So because you did the angel funding and what I actually sat down, I thought about. If you brought the angel fund the people with you, which for the most part some of them could be anonymous, like she doesn't even have to know who they are, right? They could be silent partners. Do the people so then that means all the money's gone? Do those people can they move forward without you and help her with this project?
Not from my side of things. Now, yeah, that's where
Oh,
the confusion comes in because the people that I
oh,
work with, I represent them and they represent me. So it's not really anything to do with her side of things. That's why we had to set up a separate LLC because she wanted something else to go down, and there's other people on her board that I have no idea about, and I didn't really want to be associated with them, having not met them or spoken to them.
she's about to put some papers on you. I'm telling you something, you're about to have some papers coming to your international door.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's probably about to definitely send some international papers to you. And 'cause,
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is this ain't our first rodeo. Me and Trish had something going on before. It didn't
told
work
you,
out.
young guys, they've done business before. Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't. We didn't. Again, it sort of didn't get to that point because the same sort of like I was trying to be really patient this time around. Um, Obviously because we had a bit of history, but I didn't initiate anything. It was one day I got a call from her, and then it just went from there. Um,
Okay, so she called. She reached out to you first because you're an attorney.
yeah. Well, she
Hey,
didn't. I
yeah.
don't know if that was her. I didn't know if that was her angle, but
Okay.
no, we knew each other. Ro, that's why Ro got involved because Ro was literally there when all that took place. So
Oh,
the
Ro was
first,
there because I wonder why Ro was so upset. And Ro
yeah,
was saying that you've done something like this before, Simon. So I'm not
mm,
siding with you and I'm not siding with Trish. The only reason why I asked your panel was because of the level of confusion that I think myself and the majority of the other people had. One, finding out that you were an investor, okay? And two, just the going live. And everybody's like, wait, what's happening? And what's going on? And Simon's backing out. Wait, Simon's an investor. And where's the
yeah.
money? And yeah,
The thing
yeah,
is a lot of my emails are marked private and confidential.
right.
So that's why I sort of went off on one because when I saw like it's like me and you. As I said, I brought up many different types of examples, but like I don't generally discuss certain types of things on YouTube when I've got like arrangements with people, and especially people that want to remain anonymous. Like so, I didn't really get it, and that's the only reason why, because I don't normally go at people anyway, or even bring stuff up, but she already brought it into the public,
He
so it's
said,
like, well,
Kim,
I was just, so what's all this about? Like you could have just called me, or do you know what I mean? I just thought it was really odd. Um,
okay, so you and her have done business together previously, but you ran into the same problem. And anyway, you know what? Don't answer that. It's none of my business. But
well, yeah, I
my
mean
thing
that's
is
how.
that do you feel bad for dropping out of the project at this point? Because if they're trying to do something in November and you backed out with your funding, like it really leaves her at a loss. Like I don't see this working out because for her to find $500,000 to make this project go forward. Hmm.
Well, I don't. That's what I mean. Like, I played my role as far as I'm concerned. It's not sort of like I ain't got other things going on. So, but as I said,
Well,
the
what,
whole.
I'm still confused as to what your role was exactly.
Well, she pretty much stated or overstated what my role was when she chose to go live and put my name in the title to the world. No one knew what was going on. Like, but for someone to do that, I don't like that sort of stuff. Or else I'd have been blazing and talking and trailing about on my channel from whatever. It's not like I ain't got all
Yeah.
the video clips and the everything that we worked on, and I know
Mm,
exactly what the ins and outs of everything is because I had a very strategic role in the whole
yeah.
process, and and she at that time was thankful for that because it was pro bono. I wasn't charging her for my services, which I normally do. I mean, that's what I mean. When I'm on YouTube, most of the time I just hop on and it's sort of like a recreational thing. And I've said that out front. Like I
Mhm.
have a little, I have
Salute.
guests come on, it's
Right.
just a thing. So,
Yeah, salute.
but
And there was, well, it was supposed to be 414, but that was the question that I asked you. Remember, Simon, the other day, what was the schedule of disbursement of the money supposed to be? Because usually when you do angel funding, there's a schedule. Because usually you don't just get the money all at once, right? That's not how angel
yeah,
funding
yeah,
goes.
it don't work
And
like
when
that.
you told me there wasn't one, I was like, yeah, I don't do business like that. Like that was weird to me because I felt like a lot of the logistics weren't mapped out. And that would have made me offer. I don't even know how y'all lasted this long because of the what she's saying was happening behind the scenes and what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
why I said it seems like it made for an unlikely partnership because it seems like y'all weren't connecting.
Well, she has a certain type of way of doing things. As I said, I was being quite patient, and she knows I
Hmm.
was being patient because I said to her a number. There's a number of things that happened which I had to take a look at, and then obviously because I'm not the only one involved, I had to send it to my partners and say, well, what do you think of this? And then so every time I sent it back to my partners, they came back and were like, oh, check this out, and I'll pose a question to her. She started going off on one. And I was like, well, we're not going to agree with everything, but, my role is to actually make sure that if I sign this thing, then it works out because I don't want that being part of, I don't even want my name on it type thing. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Like, 'cause
so your job was to help with the funding, right?
not only that,
That
like from the
okay.
outset, she called me. So strategically, a majority of the ideas that were laid down came from me. But it's just like I was like, you lead with it. I don't want this is your
The
idea.
ideas for the Belizean trip what came from you?
No, it's her idea to do the Belizean trip, but it spawned from the YouTube Streets Awards. So that was the original thing that we had going on, because she was planning it for years upon years upon years. And it's just like, okay, do you actually really want to get this thing done? Do you know what I mean? Because I've done things like that before.
Hmm.
So, like, as a background thing, I've done events internationally, like locally, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
it
used
was
to,
angel funding,
yeah.
angel funded. And I talked about this. So I was playing a video and of a few days ago, I was on Simon's panel asking these exact questions. Hold on, he's coming up. So and
What's up, Brenda? Simon,
hey,
man, real quick, man. I don't want to get all messy or none of that stuff because I don't even want it to get messy here. You know, Brenda gonna get blamed because the shit done went down on her platform. People just be saying
hmm,
stuff. So, Simon, you was working with Trish.
I was working with Trish. Come
Okay,
on.
so if you was working with Trish, you and I both know your ass signed an NDA. What you talking about?
Exactly.
So why you disclosing shit? You signed an NDA.
No, she done a live. This is the whole problem. Like she did a live, put my name in it, and started disclosing all the stuff that we've been doing. So she broke the NDA.
They both been
Yeah, she
disclosing
said.
information.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. This is that. This is getting messy, which is like how the fuck, yeah. Man, I'm good. I just wanted to establish that. I'm
No,
like people signing
well,
Hmm.
NDAs and shit, but yet they still disclosing shit, man.
you,
I don't know.
no, 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 no.
That's the issue. I spoke about this 2 days ago, Ian, on his panel, and I was like, "What was the NDA for? If both of y'all are out here disclosing like about the
Because
meetings and these."
yeah, I was about to say I don't
Wait,
need to know the details about the
no, you
business.
don't.
I
No,
just know
it's
how
not. It's
Trish
not.
move
Yeah.
when it come to
It,
that.
it it's not complicated,
Hmm.
right? Everything was fine until she done that live a couple of days ago. Like put my name in it. We had a disagreement offline. She states it. Go back to her channel. Like she put my name in it, and she was like, "Oh, this, that, and Simon's out." And like it wasn't sort of like a thing that was a final sort of thing. We had no closure. She chose to go online with our business, and that was the thing. And she sent the NDA. I would never break an NDA that I sent to somebody. That don't make sense. So that was the complication. Is the problem. So that's when I went live after. So I wasn't about to disclose anything because I wasn't really interested in the first place. It's just a business deal. So it's just like, at the end of the day, you don't act like that. Do you know what I mean? How am I supposed to move forward trusting someone who breaks their own NDA? It's just it's far beyond me. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got time for that. After putting on all that work,
Yeah,
and
because
I
some
told you.
people are saying you didn't sign one. Like Kendra just said, you ain't signed
No,
one.
no. Well, I don't know. I'm not reading the chat, but I mean,
Mm.
I'll probably go for it after. But I don't know Kendra. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
And I'm not about to get involved with Brenda's people in the chat because that's her supporters. But it's just like I'm still baffled about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But it's just like obviously when I saw that, she didn't even give me no warning to say, Simon, I'm going live. I'm upset with you. Anything. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of boom. And then like I went over to support her channel, which I usually do, and then I see her pull my name up in there. Like I was like, what the hell's this? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand?
Not you going
Oh,
over to support and the live is about you.
nah, I hope y'all work it out, bro. Whatever it
Oh
is.
my God.
But what's up
Yeah,
with
I
a half
mean,
a million? I heard Brenda say half a mil, man. I had to come out the cloud for
Yeah,
that shit. What's up with
that's
half
how
a mil?
much all of the
Where's it
all
at?
there are three investors, but that's the question that I also asked the other day, Ian, and I think I asked very logical questions. Is that or it was any other money dispersed? He said no. She also spoke to that same thing on her live that she had not received any funds. And with angel funding, I know that usually there's disbursements. You don't get all the money at once, right? The
yeah.
way that they
So,
invest the money, the money is kind of tiered, and there wasn't even a schedule for that. And that's why I said like this
well,
just it's
well,
messy.
It depends. It depends on
yeah.
how you're doing it when you're talking about. That's why I asked, is this a venture capitalism, convo? Because sometimes you're gonna have seed rounds of investing, but it really depends on what the hell you're doing and who you're working with. Sometimes this stuff
Right,
happens over handshakes and numbers on cocktail napkins. And
right.
sometimes, you know what I'm saying, money starts going in escrow and it's all types of paperwork. So it really just depends on who you're doing business
But
with.
I don't even think that they got that far, and that's when I told Simon like this would make me nervous, like gave me anxiety just talking about it because like I don't it wasn't mapped out like how it's supposed to work. And so like it's just a little confusing. Like she's
Yeah, I
asking where the
mean,
money is. He's saying now he's pulling out, and because he brought the investors with him, if he pulls out, the money's gone. And I said, does he feel bad about that? Because now she's in a bit of a lurch. Because how is she supposed to round up that kind of money to move forward? Just this is a mess.
Well, that's why that's
yeah.
something that have you talked to Trish, Simon?
Oh, okay.
Not since she went live again, and she was saying, well,
Well, it's that
again,
simple. Y'all need to talk,
it,
and we leave it at that.
yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, there's no point in talking about
I mean, if there's if
Ridiculous.
there's no point in talking to her about it, then there's no point in talking about it.
well, it's kind of interesting. I mean, but at the same time, it's like as I said, like I don't have anything against her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's just a business deal. Like I've got other things going on, but
Hmm.
it's just like I just didn't like,
It is
and
crazy, Jennifer.
I didn't quite understand the acumen around
I'm just
that
saying, as
sort of
long as you
behavior.
keep talking to like me, Brenda, other people on random platforms, and all of that other stuff, this is how it's like a game of telephone, bro. And now because there's NDAs that allegedly been violated and all of that, then that's when you turn in. That's when things become slanderous, and defaming and all types of other stuff, and then come cease and desist letters and shit. Yeah, bro, you leave yourself open to that.
Oh no,
They
again,
both they both need to hush because they're both talking. This is I'm
look,
Yeah,
telling
but
you,
we're
this is
not talking to
bizarre.
her right now. We talking to Simon. That's what I'm
look,
talking to Simon.
well, don't again, I just
And
literally
I
got,
wouldn't even want to see that type of shit get that messy on here. I don't know. I don't
look,
know. I
as I said,
wasn't
like,
privy to y'all
I don't.
combos.
This ain't no planned thing. So it's just like, yo, as I said, like, I literally just sat down, got back home, and I
I
put
don't know.
YouTube on, and then I saw Brenda putting it up. So I'm not about to do anything or say anything. I mean, it's not like a continuation. It's just if Brenda wants to speak about it, she feels free. She was on the panel. You know what I'm saying? And I was grateful that she came up and had her opinion, because obviously, like, it's always for me good to get other people's opinion on it. And she
Yeah,
spoke a lot of
I
sense.
think it was just about clarity because I think I and other people were just confused when this came out. They was an investor because nobody knew, and my question was, why is this coming out? Like, what's the dynamic here, and like what's really going on, And but she said some things, he said some things. It is what it is.
Yeah, so that's all. And like when people are asking, there's a timeline to do with all of this, and as I said, like, if people are actually listening, like, to say, well, why is the NDA there? We had an NDA before, like, I'm trying to make people
But I like
understand.
I like how Shakem just worded that, because that's a good question in the chat. It said
Mm,
how can an NDA be enforced if no work was rendered and they're in two different countries?
Well,
Really, it can be enforced because ain't no deadlines been passed yet. I'm assuming
right.
ain't
So,
no deadlines, ain't no dates even passed yet. So technically, they still in the process of putting the project together, right?
well,
Like as far
the
as the
Well,
paperwork is
well,
concerned.
that's confusing to me because if there's an angel funding that's already happened, that funding was done based on some kind of business plan or proposal. So, like,
Mhm.
huh?
Yeah,
I'm
so what
confused.
right. So I think, yeah, the way people are making it some homogenous thing, like everything just happened at once. It wasn't like that. Like me, I told you, like, me and Trish knew each other for a while. Auntie knows this as well. So when she was starting to do the YouTube Streets Award, that's when we started working together. This is ages ago. So that's when the NDA started. It wasn't nothing to do with the Belize trip. She brought that up later. You know what I'm saying? But this NDA was still enforced. It's just a thing of, we just leave the NDA there, because we're going to continue to do business, but it's a different project. You know what I'm saying?
So
That's
you
what it
had an
is.
umbrella NDA in place for all of the work that you do together. Okay, get it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that makes sense. But it's not working.
Well, she
Yeah,
broke
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And I'm
Brandon,
just
right
saying,
about that.
like, I think, as I said, like, I don't, what is it is confusing to me, because it's like, whether if I'm in business with somebody, like, NDA or not, I'm not about to, like, go on YouTube, put their name in the title, and start telling the world about our business, like, period. Like, it's just bewildering to me. Do you know what I'm saying? That's like,
Yeah,
it's just like, as I said, it could be anything. We could, like, Auntie could come to me and go, "Yo, Simon, do you want to sell some baseball caps?" You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, "Yeah, cool."
right.
There's other people I do business with that
Mhm.
I don't say nothing about. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Yeah,
now
that
I
that
want to ask this question because I'm still kind of. Do you think it's possible? Because I'm saying this is kind of late, like this is kind of late stage in the game. We're almost in May, right? Do
What
you
I was
think that
saying
you
is, if
guys
if they're
can fix
still, oh,
this?
my bad.
But can this be fixed, right? Do you think that you guys can reconcile? And I know this is my opinion. If you
I,
guys do decide to work together, you have to find a different way to work with each other because it feels like your communication was not good with each other.
yeah, I mean, it's always difficult, working with people internationally. Obviously, sometimes things get lost in translation. It don't matter if you're, speaking English or not. I speak to people all around the world, and sometimes things get lost in the mix. But it's the abruption and jumping before, like, anything could be resolved.
Impulsive.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
and to use your platform to do that, it's for me,
Mhm.
it's like, you could have just called me up. You got my number. So it's like, if you felt that bad about it, do you know what I'm saying, or felt a certain type of way, there's no real, or from the time you've done that, like, I don't know if there's any
Did you click
resolution,
the link
because
to talk to Trish when you saw her live or whatever?
No, I ain't doing that. I ain't about to argue with people about things
So
like that
what's the
because, as I
purpose
said,
in talking about it at all if you ain't gonna talk to the other person?
because it's on my platform. If I choose to do it on my platform, I put that in the back if I want, or I keep it out if I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm in
Or even
control of
just
that.
send
So,
send her an email or whatever and clear it up. Like I would want some clarity because right here, all right. So this is the
it
way I
wasn't
see it.
only,
Like
yeah, but it wasn't only her. Ro went live
even
as well.
nah, but
Like,
even if it don't even just have to be an NDA. If me and you are partnering on a project, right? And I'm talking about Simon, you know what's up. I'm talking to you straight
mm,
business. Fuck the YouTube shit right now, like straight business. Me and you are partnering
mm,
on a project, and the window of us completing and working on the project is supposed to be from let's say May to November, right? Because we're
mm,
gonna pop some shit off in December. Of course, you can't like you can't get pissed off in July and tell everybody that I done fucked everything up. That's going to sabotage the damn project we were working on.
Hmm.
So of course you got to keep your mouth shut for the duration of the project. You know, right there. So
as I
that's what
said,
I'm saying. Even though nothing's been done, y'all
yeah,
haven't
but
completed the window for the project yet.
yeah, but understand, I did not say anything. I literally went over to her channel to support what she was doing, and then I saw her pull up a live about me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Jesus
sort of like a
Christ.
thing. I look, that wasn't the first time we disagreed. You know what I'm saying? There was
Hmm.
multiple. We were going back and forth, back and forth. She
Disagree. You
said it
said you
did.
ain't talked to her.
No, we're
No,
talking
he said
about
they had a falling
prior.
out behind the scenes before this. That's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is
Yeah.
like it's just so ongoing. You know,
Because
like
I'm not trying to say you right or you wrong. Because I don't know what happened between you. I'm
Because
just like,
we
yeah, have y'all
can't
talked
say
about it?
because it's two
yeah,
sides, right?
it's
Because
your,
Yeah.
it's yeah,
it's your
I mean,
opinion. I
there's
don't,
probably 3, 4 sides, bro. You know what
right,
it's gonna
yeah,
be.
I
correct,
don't,
right,
It
I
is what it
really
is.
don't mind. I don't mind, but
But
it's
it's
just,
business. This shit happened.
yeah. I mean, the
yeah.
thing. Well, it's not. This has never happened to me before in terms of business wise. But I'm just saying, like as I said, is like
People
for
fall out.
me,
People have
yeah. I
creative
mean, you
differences.
go back and
You
forth.
know,
It's not
it
like we
happens.
ain't been in boardroom meetings and you disagree with somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Of
It's like we
course,
do this. So it's just like,
right,
but for imagine if you're you're sitting in a boardroom meeting and then one day and then you have a disagreement and then something gets drafted or whatever and then you walk back, you go back home and then you switch on the internet and suddenly someone's talking about it. That's just this full disclosure when I've literally put in every single email private and confidential. You get what I'm saying?
But I'm
mm.
saying, I mean, technically, y'all are still working on the project. Like on
No,
paper, y'all are
well,
still working on the project
Not
together.
if he
well,
So
pulls out the not if he pulls out the funding, and that's what I asked him. I said, if he pulls out, can the other investors still move forward? He said no because he brought those people in, and he wouldn't be willing to leave the people that he brought in there. Which I'm like, well, damn. Hey James, hey, thank you, Glow baby. I appreciate you. Thank you.
yeah, this is just too much stuff disclosed to the public, bro. This is the
Yeah.
easiest way to sabotage your own project. Is just by talking about it to the general public like that, bro.
well,
Well, not
Just
I
according
mean,
to him, Jennifer.
this is like surface level stuff. I mean, we did a lot of work, so I mean,
Well, it means
because I get
nothing
it.
now.
Once the
If
deadline passes, talk all the shit you want because somebody didn't meet their end. But y'all still like
what
even though y'all
deadline?
had
I
a
don't even.
falling out. Well, no, okay.
That
There's supposed to be a trip on a certain date,
I
right?
know, Ian. But
That's
what I'm
it.
saying is that logistically, right? Deadlines and numbers and stuff like this. This is a, anyway. Nothing. I'm gonna be quiet.
But you know what I'm saying, like, because
I do
that
know what you're saying, but
because I'm like, if
I
I got some money tied up, right, in deposits and all of that other shit, and then somebody want to come online and sabotage and fuck my shit up, if I do decide to sue them for it, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, look, man, we was still working on the damn project. This motherfucker just tore the shit up and just gave me a bunch of bad press and everything else. And this is what the hell I lost. We still had
right.
3 or 4 more months
That's
of work
what
to put
I'm
in.
saying, Jennifer, is that this is where the confusion lies. And what I told to Simon is that this is a logistical nightmare because there was a lot of stuff like, where's the payments? No payments have been rendered. And that's their business, but that is what she was even saying this morning. So I think that what we're assuming and what has actually happened or supposed to happen has not yet. And so
But
that's where
that's
I
the thing.
can't
You
really
don't have
get
the other
involved.
party there. Now you right, and you know how this work, Brenda. You don't have the other party here, so you can't
Correct.
even really. Yeah, you
Right.
can't even really do anything
Yeah,
with
Right,
I
and
that.
mean,
that's
as a
correct. I'm just basing on what she said and what he said, and they're both kind of saying the same thing. No money's been transferred, and there's been no, no schedule. And I
Yeah, I
was
mean, don't get
like,
me wrong. Yeah, y'all can both just agree to pull out and pull back from each other.
hmm.
I don't know, Kendra.
I ain't got nothing against Trish. I told her that, it's
Well,
not,
she probably has something against you right now because you left her in the hole.
maybe, but
Good question. At least
it's not,
Kendra just said it straight up in English.
it's not personal to me. Do you know what I
But
mean?
he
It's
wasn't.
just,
He wasn't one of the people going on the trips, right? He was an investor, so I don't know. Child, this is a mess. I really hate this. Because to pull out and that much money is expecting, and she's supposed to have a crew and all that kind of stuff. Like this is crazy.
yeah. I mean, there's other mechanisms at play here, and it's like I don't want to
I'm just
go
saying
in
this is
on that,
not.
but
I don't see how this helps for the promotion of an event that you want other people to
oh,
take
well,
part in.
I hope
Like
she
Well, I
gets
don't
good.
think he's
Yeah,
like
promoting it. He's
self-sabotage to me.
Well,
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
think, but yeah, and I think that's the thing is what I keep asking up here is like, would he reconsider? Because he's saying that he's not moving forward.
well, unless she says something to me, I have no reason
Oh,
to
come now. This is
understand why
I
anything
don't
else
try. I'm
moving
not trying to
forward.
be crazy, but that sounds a little childish. Y'all got to come to an impasse. Like you have to
I,
come to
I, I
a
don't
middle
know. It's
point.
it's not it's not really childish. It's just that, as I said, it's hard to trust someone that does something like that because it's a behavior thing. So like,
Oh,
how am I
child.
supposed to sort of go? Okay, we're gonna move forward, and then like maybe I'll sign the damn thing, and then 2 months later she gets a bit annoyed and then pulls up another live. You know what I mean? I don't like that sort of stuff. Do you get? I don't like getting
But
outside of
maybe you
myself.
guys should make an addendum to your NDA
Maybe I don't
Saying
know,
and put
but
some specifics in it on what you can and cannot do that would actually breach the entire contract and make it null and void. There'll be no trip. Because I think y'all gotta have to hold each other to the fire if this is going to work moving forward, which means that nobody's going live, like specifically on social media on your platforms to discuss the details of this project at all, or it will completely,
I thought
yeah,
that's what the
because
whole purpose of having an NDA was for. That's
well,
what it
apparently
states
it
there.
needs to be more specific because it's not
Then
working.
she broke her own NDA. This is the thing. Like
Jesus.
I didn't break it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just like wow.
Are you
Like
are you
so,
still are you still like emotionally, I mean, not only financially, but you're still mostly invested in this project because you said that you came up with some of the ideas. So like
look,
are you still like emotionally invested in it that like part of you would be like, okay, I'm gonna try. Hey, pretty bud.
I don't know. It might take a minute for me to calm down, but it's just like
Yeah, calm down.
it's
God
just
damn.
it's bit for me. It's just it blew my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where I went like kind of ape shit like on my thing because it's just I don't
Thank
usually
you,
do that.
pretty
I don't.
boy.
I'm not. I don't really care for it. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
whew, it was just like mind blowing. Like because it's not
I
like
get, I get, I get it.
my family and like people that are close to me are involved with my business. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just nah. They were going on at me. They're like, how what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I don't just operate by myself. You know,
Mm,
it's not that
mm.
sort of thing. So like when people do stuff like that and then like broadcasting it to the world, it's just not a good look. I don't do business like that. Like, I've had it done to me before, and Auntie knows already. Do you know what I'm saying? I trust someone and give them all my details and stuff. Next thing you know, like they're posting all that shit
Yeah,
online,
but you
and it's
still
just like,
gotta cover your ass.
yeah, but how much more can you
You
cover
gotta
your
cover
ass
your
apart from
ass and hedge
having
your bets, bro. Like what the
having
fuck,
that?
bro? This is
That's
business.
why a non-disclosure agreement. Look, I speak English. I don't know if I'm speaking Chinese. Like, look, a
Oh,
non-disclosure agreement means non-disclosure.
But I'm saying,
You know
what's
what
the
I'm
big
saying?
deal?
To me,
You, according
anyway.
to you, you don't have any money invested.
No, I don't. I didn't say that.
You don't have nothing invested, and even the NDA, you claiming the shit's already broken, the shit's breached, it's done, doesn't fucking matter. So what's the big deal?
I didn't say that. As I said, this is just
this
surface
is just
level stuff.
confusion.
You know what I'm
Now
saying?
you said
So
you brought in some investors, so you
He
got
did.
some people that put in some money, and now they're what's going on?
this is what I
Right.
do for. I do this for a living, bro.
So
Okay,
that's why I asked him what I asked him, and I said if he leaves, does do the people that he brought in go with him? And he said yes. And I said, well, that's
on
problematic.
on my side, yeah. I mean, she also invested a bit herself, which she stated, but it's just that's why you partner up with people, right?
Yeah, but it's not $500,000.
I don't know, like that ain't to me. That's just
So
Because you
you're
said
it
saying
something.
you're gonna say on Brenda Clark with the shit's platform that you brought Trish $500,000 to invest in this event.
no. I'm not saying I brought her
Like you
anything.
found outside investors to bring it. Okay, so all right, so that's what I mean. Let's clear that shit up, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you
But you
talking
got to be
numbers,
look.
dog, it's got to be pretty
Look,
clear and concise.
I'm very careful about the like words. That's what I do for a living, bro.
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, look, do you know what I'm saying? Like what I said is what I said. If people want to like speak about a bit more deeper, then I'm gonna bring up real questions. But I don't want to do anything to her. Do you know what I'm saying? I want her to be
Hmm.
successful. But it's just like I can't be sort of like trying to go knock my head on a brick wall like for 24 hours a day trying to, make myself bleed out or something for no apparent reason. You know what I mean? Like I really want her to be successful. But what it is what it is. She's been trying to get off for a while. I thought like, she called me up, we spoke, and we was working ever since. She states this. Like, and for me to put in that time for people, I don't normally do that for free. Do you know what I'm saying? I got other obligations. But it's like, yo, it ain't no beef or anything like that. It's just like, yo, you chose to do what you did. That's your behavior. Now, I don't deal with things like that. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I could have made a feast out of this. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just like I was like,
Damn.
yo, I was just like, no, don't do that. Don't even feel like doing that like around me because I just don't have like the people I have around me. They don't like that sort of stuff. So that's all I was trying to say to her, like prior to her even going live. I told her this already. There's a couple of people that she's associated with, and I was like, look, I don't know if I could like be mixing and blending with these people because if shit pops off, you know what I'm saying, I can't be associated with that. And then she's like, oh, I can't budge. This is what I've done. This is my work. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna try and make it work. But yo, you push me a bit too far. I'm just like, look, don't get me wrong or nothing, but look, we've spoken about this a good couple of times, and you're still not budging. Like, we're seeing these people with this behavior over here, and like that, my investors are getting back to me, going, look, man, I want to do this, but come on, like
I gotta be real, man. I think I've been up here for probably about 30 minutes now. I'm about to drop down. I'm lost, bro. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, bro. I'm
yeah,
trying to kind of understand.
I
I done
appreciate
heard
you,
Brenda's
Auntie.
rendition. I done heard
At
you
least, at
explain
least
things.
you,
I don't know
yeah,
what the fuck is going on here. Like I'm
yeah.
lost. Brenda, do you understand this shit? If you do, send me the cliff notes.
Me?
I gotta
Can you
get the
hear
fuck
me?
out of here.
Wait, can
Yeah.
y'all? Oh, I'm telling you, if you would even hear me on Simon's panel, the level of confusion, kind of, I consider
I'm just
myself
saying
kind of put
I don't want to
together.
spread no misinformation because I don't know what the
No,
fuck is
but
going on
and
here.
I have been confused since 2 days ago when this happened, and I didn't even share the live out, like I didn't speak on it. And I think that I asked really logistical questions, right, Simon, when I was on your panel because
Yeah, I,
this confuses me.
that's what I said. Like
This
I
confuses
appreciate.
Hey,
this confuses
anybody to get some clarity on this shit, send me the cliff notes, please. All right, I
no.
appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to come and see you on this,
Cause
bro.
I don't get it. I'm lost. I don't know where y'all
I
started. I don't know where y'all are, and I don't know where the fuck y'all planned on going. Real shit. I can't
mm,
figure it out.
Well, I
all
just
right,
say
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all.
probably, yeah. Have a good one.
Y'all have a good night. Have a
All
good
Yeah,
right.
day.
take care of
Peace.
yourself, bro. Yeah.
Well,
Yo,
that's what
Brent.
I said, Jennifer. And as much as I would hate this, because if this really was supposed to happen,
Mm.
I don't, you know, it'd
I
be
get.
nice,
I
but
mean, people like
probably.
yeah. I get like people. Like people are over here. They do all this stuff. I'm not about to put up no NDA online for people to just try and scrutinize it. It's not. It's not none of their business really. But
I
you
think
know.
it's all been through him, Kendra. Hey, Gas
Mm.
Man. So
Spoken with Trish. I don't know. Like I don't. They don't operate like that. Like it. Look, as I said, it's not. It's not that complicated to me. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I got things going on my side. She had things going on her side. We chose to like, knock heads together. Much more went on than, the last couple of hours that was on screen. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't wrap up like 5, 6 years of business dealing into one
You're
day.
saying in the
Like
last couple hours, you mean today?
well,
You mean to
whatever it is, like we've known each other for a while. People know this. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
there wasn't such a problem before, but it's like you don't. For me, you don't do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's my sort of cut off. I'm like, yo,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? At least give me the grace of like a phone call and email to say, yo, I'm about to do this. Because if she done that, at least I would have went, okay,
yeah.
why? Just give me the opportunity or something. But it was
Right.
none of that. It's like someone like
So, do
trying
you
to
think there's any
box you in
hopes
the
of
dark or
you?
something.
Do you think there's any hopes of you reaching out to her? No.
I
Yes.
look when she went live last time, and I
Hmm.
was listening, and I was like, as I said, I wish you the best. You know what I'm saying? I got no
Oh Lord.
animosity towards her, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I
So,
don't, I don't
are
know.
you saying as far as any future business that you don't want to do business with her, or how is this going to go?
I'm not really that type of person. Like I'd never say never, but I'm just saying
Okay.
you got to adjust that behavior because
All
I'm
right.
not used to like online. Like people, I know like people see me sometimes, and I'm always joking or doing something or whatever. But as I said, like
Yeah.
for me, you know, they can mistake me like because they don't really know me like that. But she actually knows me, and that you can hear
Okay.
that she
You can
knows me.
ask it,
You know what I'm saying?
Jennifer. Yeah.
Hmm. Do you have other topics on your docket?
I did, and I'm probably gonna have to come back, Jennifer, because I have something I have to take care of right quick. But I wanted to come live, just to discuss this topic because
I like what you
what?
do though, Brenda. So I might be around a
No,
bit more often if you
I
have me.
appreciate
But
that, Simon, but I really hate
yeah.
that I came on your platform and I really tried to ask just general logistical questions because I think everybody was a little confused. Only to find out I'm being discussed in a live, but certain behaviors I
I think
expect from
you're
certain
I
people,
think you're
but
more sensible than yeah. I think you're more sensible than most. But like a
I
part
try
that
to
other
be.
people are missing as well.
Right.
Road went live prior to whatever she did
Hmm.
as well. So it for me it's really confusing. That's why I was like
Yeah,
going off that road because Road's another one. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, why did you do that? And I don't know if
yeah.
something's going on between him and Trish. Or, do you know what I'm saying?
I
Like I
don't
don't want
know.
to ask questions like, but it's just like it's kind of strange. But yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah,
why
I don't know.
so for me, is attitude, is like behavior. Like you just don't act like that if you're doing some serious transactions. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
I
hop off and
agree.
then I'll
All
catch
right,
you
Simon.
soon.
Thank you for hitting
Yeah.
the panel. I appreciate
Thank
you.
thank you for having me. I
You're
appreciate it.
very
Take care.
welcome. All
Bye
right.
bye.
Listen, guys, I wanted to um also talk about my bestie went live yesterday because y'all done pissed my bestie cupcake off, okay? And Jennifer, what was your question? Because I gotta go in like 5 minutes because I have something important to do. And I may come back later. Y'all know the shift is usually on Mondays. I don't think I'll be shifting today, okay? But kudos to everybody who has seen what I'm doing over here on Paradise Island and have got inspired. I'll say you've been inspired by it and you're trying to mirror your content around mine. I don't care. I don't take that. Listen, I'm glad that more people are getting away from the mess and trying to indulge in more entertainment, current events, more things that stimulate our mind and grow us because all this yelling every day, all day, I'm not doing it and I ain't got it. Thank you so much, Auntie. I appreciate you. Yeah, I ain't got it for y'all. Okay. And y'all, and you all will be mad forever if you think that Brenda's not going to have her opinion or questions for things that confuse me because I was not up there berating and talking down. Okay, baby. All right. Yeah, because there's been a lot going on and there'll be a lot going on lately, but I have to run outside too. I have something important to do. I have two important things I have to do before I get out of here. Simon, I appreciate you hitting the panel and I really wish y'all nothing from the best. I can get into squabbles with people but I'm never wishing on anybody's demise or failure, okay? Because I don't want anybody doing that to me. Okay? I'll get it along with, okay? And but wait, Kendra, before I leave, let me just say this, okay? My bestie did go live, and I didn't get a chance to, hey Hassan, play her live, okay? Y'all have annoyed her again. Once again, you're bringing me and my bestie up in conversation. I'm going to say this. I'm starting to believe that I'm lost to Ann, that there may be circulating somewhere out in astral world because in this life I've never put out a picture of me or my coochie. Yes, that's how I'm ending this live. But I'm beginning to believe that you women have seen a picture of my coochie, and that is why you were so thirsty and dehydrated behind me. Because my girl is pretty. She is beautiful. Do you understand me? And so in my mind, I had to come to the conclusion that that has to be it. They must have saw a picture of her, and that's the reason why they're acting so out of their damn mind. Because for the life of me, I don't bother any of you bitches. I really don't. And the fact that I keep coming up in your obsessed conversations when I'm not in the room, I don't even share energy with you, and yet you guys are still out here bringing up me and my bestie in these random weird ass conversations. Here's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm asking the universe. I hope by some way of kismet and some karmatic way, you've been able to get a picture of my coochie and nestle it next to you bedside at night. So maybe you can get up off of me and go and live your life and stop being weird bitches. I've never seen such super obsessed weird ass women in my life. Yes, and God bless it. Because that's the only other reason I could think of the reason why you still be talking about me. You had to have seen her. Because she's a pretty little thing. Okay. And I don't brag on my coochie, okay? But it's got to be that. Because what in the hell is wrong with you? Okay? Now, my bestie said that she's moving on to something greater and better. I was going to play her live, but babies, I got to go because I got shit to do. I'm going to get dressed and get up out of here. But please go find y'all something else to do. Go find y'all another obsession, okay? I don't know, it's a lot of boring people out there. And maybe I do tickle your fancy. But me over here, my little 20s, 30s, 50s, sometimes 80 on a good day, it depends on what we're doing over here on Paradise Island. If I got y'all coochies in a flex like this with nobody, imagine what'll happen when things really start turning up over here on Paradise Island. What are you bitches gonna do? I really feel sorry for you hoes. Huh? Yeah. Find y'all something to play with, for Christ's sake. Anyway, thank you to Simon for hitting the panel, honey. I pray that this situation works out. Maybe you and Trish will have a moment to talk, that this trip can move forward. Whatever happens, baby, in the end, it ain't got nothing to do with Brenda. But Brenda's going to ask her questions because that's what I do. Okay? Anyway, y'all, 1 hour and 24 minutes. Nene, yes, they're after it, huh? Sniffing around Brenda's coochie one more time. Anyway, 1 hour and 24 minutes on the clock. Thank you for visiting Paradise Island, where anything can happen, and it does. Later.